This was the war that changed everything. Over 20 million people died, 4 empires collapsed, and the map of the world was redrawn. World War I was supposed to be a quick fight, over by Christmas. Instead, it became one of the deadliest, most senseless conflicts in human history. Here's how it unfolded, in just 5 minutes. It all started with one gunshot. In June 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary was assassinated by a 19-year-old Serbian nationalist named Gavrilo Princip. That single act set off a chain reaction. Austria blamed Serbia and declared war. Russia stepped in to defend Serbia. Germany supported Austria. France joined in. Germany invaded Belgium, and Britain responded. Within weeks, the world's major powers were at war. Treaties and alliances turned a local crisis into a global catastrophe. By the end of 1914, the war had ground to a halt. On the Western Front, from Belgium to France, soldiers dug deep into the earth. Trenches became home, cold, muddy, rat-infested trenches. Day after day, they faced artillery bombardments, gas attacks, snipers, and disease. Battles like the Somme and Verdun turned entire landscapes into lifeless wastelands. Millions died for just a few yards of ground. Technology had outpaced tactics. This was industrial warfare, and no one was ready for its horror. World War I wasn't just a European war, it became truly global. Colonial powers pulled troops from across their empires. Indian, African, Canadian, Australian, and New Zealand soldiers all fought on foreign soil. In the Middle East, Arab rebels fought against the Ottoman Empire with British support. In Asia, Japan joined the Allies and seized German territories. Many of these soldiers fought bravely, some by choice, many by force, but most were forgotten in the history books. Their sacrifice was global, but their recognition was not. On the seas, Britain blockaded Germany, starving its people. In response, German U-boats prowled the Atlantic, sinking any ships they found, including civilian ones like the Lusitania. That attack killed over 1,000 people and helped turn global opinion against Germany. In the air, the war evolved rapidly. Planes started as scouts but became bombers and fighters. Dogfights filled the skies, and German Zeppelins dropped bombs on cities like London. For the first time, civilians weren't just bystanders, they were targets. At first, the US stayed neutral, but in 1917, 2 things changed that. Germany resumed unrestricted submarine warfare, and the British intercepted the Zimmermann telegram, Germany offering Mexico US land if they joined the fight. That was enough. America declared war on Germany. US troops, known as doughboys, brought fresh energy to a war-weary Europe. Back home, the American economy surged, women filled factory jobs, and propaganda pushed unity. The US was no longer on the sidelines, it was becoming a world power. By 1918, Germany made one final push, hoping to break through before more Americans arrived. But the Allies held the line and pushed back hard. At home, German citizens were starving and furious. Revolutions swept through Berlin. The Kaiser abdicated. On November 11, 1918, an armistice was signed. The guns finally fell silent at the 11th hour, on the 11th day of the 11th month. But by then, 20 million were dead. Another 20 million were wounded. And the Spanish flu pandemic, fueled by troop movement, would soon kill millions more. In 1919, the Treaty of Versailles officially ended the war, but planted the seeds for the next one. Germany was blamed, punished, and humiliated. 4 empires vanished. The German, Austro-Hungarian, Ottoman, and Russian empires all crumbled. New countries were born, some stable, others not. Women had stepped into new roles during the war, and many wouldn't go back. Colonies started pushing harder for independence. The League of Nations was formed to prevent future wars, but it had no teeth. World War I changed everything: borders, technology, societies, and power. It didn't end war, it transformed it. World War I was a turning point for humanity. It exposed the cost of pride, the danger of alliances, and the power of technology. Its scars are still with us, in borders, politics, and memory. What should we cover next? World War II, the American Revolution, Robin Hood? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more history in minutes.